Hey guys, it is Juneteenth, and for today's video, we will analyze the history of unemployment. And the next thing that I'm going to show you is going to be quite boring because it is within the history of unemployment, but I think it's absolutely crucial to understand what has happened in the past to really help us understand how we should be responding where we are currently. So as you can see, current unemployment is 4%. But when you really look at things and really ask like your friends or the people that you know, there's a large majority out there who is unemployed. And I think that there is a level of dishonesty of what the definition of unemployment is. However, we're going to go through the history of the past 75 years of the unemployment rates. And as you can see in these past 5 periods, COVID-19 was definitely the highest of unemployment in the past 75 years at about 15% of the US population of being unemployed. So it's clearly true that it is less than 15% that there is current unemployment. But let's look back in history of where there has been peaks of unemployment. As you can see, 2008, 2009 was a housing crisis of irresponsible loans. And then there was a tech bust of overvalued tech companies. And an oil crisis where there was an oversupply of oil and a lack of demand of it. And in early 1970s, there was the end of the Vietnam War. And the reason why there was such high unemployment is because government spending was a very low period of time. And they were essentially not stimulating the economy through government spending. And as you can see, there was an average of 5.7% in unemployment in the past 75 years. So take that with a grain of salt because currently it is 4%, saying that we are under the average of unemployment. And that just provides you some form of perspective of where we are currently. So what does that mean to you and I as someone who's unemployed? And the current unemployment is at 4%, while the average in the past 75 years has been 5 and some change. But here's some things to note, and facts that is that unemployment has been happening periodically and it's nothing new. And I think these are moments where we have to be resilient and actually creative in how we should earn that additional buck as someone who's not receiving concurrent income. It's absolutely difficult. Don't get me wrong, right? The measurement of how we are perceived as valuable in this economy is how you can generate an additional buck for the business, the organization, whatever the case may be. We need to provide some form of value. So there are multiple ways in how you could provide value in this economy. And as someone who's pushing out media content right now, I'm understanding that if a company cannot provide me a job, or if the government cannot save me in receiving additional income, the only way that I can create my job in this economy where there's 5 billion social media users who consume media through Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever the social media case may be, someone is there to consume. And this is my niche. This is something that I've been formally trained to understand and interpret, that I will produce certain content. So you have to find your niche, your expertise in trying to add value to the economy of some sort. And if the route you want to take is to apply to a job, you have to understand that there is a lack of jobs out there, despite the disclosure of it being 4% of unemployment right now. When you're going through LinkedIn and you see these jobs that are being advertised, you're seeing hundreds of applicants applying for this single job that is entry level. And if you have just graduated and are expecting to land a job immediately, it is not the case anymore. You could be graduated from a top university with high grades and high marks, but you're competing against hundreds of other people who have the same kind of background as you. And so then you have to ask yourself, how do you differentiate from the large pool of candidates out there? You're going to have to hit up these hiring managers and try to schmooze your way through, network your way in, email the founder / CEO of the company. Just get your application viewed. Hell, that doesn't even guarantee you an interview as well. And I'm not here trying to discourage you, but this is the reality of things currently. We have to put ourselves out there because there's really no other way for you to compete. If your applications are not even being viewed, what can you do? And moreover, if you are getting interviews like myself and also not getting interviews, but when I do get interviews, I'm interviewing with actual people and going in person, forming a relationship, seeing eye to eye, and that the hiring manager is going to respond back to me saying that we will respond at X amount of time to give you an update on the final decision process, to then being ghosted. So then not only are we feeling some instability on our end, but even their businesses are feeling instability as well. So what can we trust, right? I think at the end of the day is, what can we trust? We cannot trust another company giving us a job. We cannot ask or trust the government to provide additional income. And the only way for us in this economy is to be innovative in a way for us to provide some form of income to ourselves, or to seek opportunities out there that not other people are seeking. So there needs to be some form of innovation in this current economy because of how much of a lack of demand there is in terms of jobs.